We asked the party people, but not the potty people.
No, or not the party poopers.
The party poopers. I was like, I said, I was like, that's not right, but it's close. I was like, but what would be close to that?
Okay.
People. Last week we asked Lord of the Rings or Star Wars.
I gotta know your answer. I always give my answer first, but I
Jeez.
gotta know yours.
I don't know. It depends on how you want to look at it.
That's a wimpy answer.
I
You just
know.
need to give a straight up
I
answer.
think
Which would you rather watch?
Star Wars,
Okay, which is the better story?
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, see, Star Wars is your bias,
Yeah.
which is fine. We all have a bias.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the answer. We see, it's like Dr. Phil. We helped you today.
I think Star Wars tells the current zeitgeist, whereas Lord of the Rings has eternal truth in it.
That's right.
I don't think there's a lot of like eternal truth in Star Wars. There's a lot of stuff that feels true in Star Wars, whereas Lord of the Rings is more,
Yes.
hey, here's how life works.
Yeah.
What about you?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
See, because like my, people are gonna burn me at the stake for this, but I didn't watch the original Star Wars that much. I mean, like I watched them when I was a child, but I've never felt compelled to go back and watch those because I remember them, but I don't have this like connection to them. I have a connection to the action figures
That's right.
from those eras. So like when I watch that, it's like, oh,
In
that's
the video games.
in the video games, but like I didn't watch the movies that much. I watched like the Darth Maul. What is that one?
Phantom Menace.
Like all these ones that weren't really that good.
Uh-huh.
But I like those ones because I watched them when I was a kid. So, but I know that childlike bias and why I like the Darth Maul, like as a character and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the fight scene. But if you're talking about just Lord of the Rings, man, it's just so good. Like everything about it.
Have you ever actually read the books?
I've read the first one, the first one, the Fellowship of.
Yeah. I need to do that.
I mean,
I feel
they
dumb
did
that I haven't.
Well, they did such a good job with the movies that when you read the books,
Right.
like it is like watching the movie.
That's what they're going to burn you at the stake for.
Well, hey,
There are so many differences, Jordan. Did you even read it?
they literally like. I think that Peter Jackson, which is the guy who. It's amazing. I
That is
know that
impressive.
guy's face too. By the way, it's like he read the book and then said, "Okay, here, let's just do what the book said." When it comes to like what the scenes look like and everything like that, like you can just visualize it.
I read an interview with Ian McKellen, the guy who played Gandalf, where he basically said between days of shooting, Ian McKellen would be like reading through Lord of the Rings, and Peter Jackson would just be reading through Lord of the Rings, and Ian McKellen would go to him and be like, "Can we change this part to be more like this because this is more like the book?"
Yeah, that's what it
Isn't
feels
that
like.
impressive?
That's cool.
I have a deep thought that relates to Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Really?
And where those two franchises are in the current landscape of life and how they're kind of ruined right now.
They've ruined with the Amazon thing?
Yeah. And then
No.
Disney has kind of destroyed Star Wars.
Yeah.
I have a deep thought about this.
Okay.
right.
That's today?
Oh, that's today.
Oh, great.
I'll be sharing that later.
Okay.